morning, wherever it is in your part of the world, and welcome back to the Super Mario Brothers 3 Randomizer Tournament. My name is the Crazy Dude, and joining me today is DLB316. Say hello, DLP.
Hey, how's it going? We're gonna have a pretty good one today. We got two of the best that there are. Pro-A has been in every tournament thus far, a very consistent runner. TEEX has come a long way. Came in as a vanilla player, but has slowly worked his way up to be one of the best randomized players as well. So I think we're gonna have a good race today.
Indeed. So quickly, while we have a moment, do we want to talk about each of their paths of how they got here to the semifinals, or do we just want to jump right into it and say what world is first?
Let's just go with world guesses. I'm gonna go with world 5.
Nah. This is the semifinals. We got to start big. Start with 7.
All right, I like that. I'll take that too. Should be getting going here in a few seconds.
Ooh, that's just as good. Start with 6.
Split the middle.
And we get 3-1 to start off. 3-1, not too bad, as long as you go this top path here, like Proa and TEEX are.
Yep, pretty consistent level. Gives them a chance to get an early power up, which you always want to see. It's never good when you're running around level after level and only getting stars and not having any sort of safety net and brackets.
Pretty even start so far. Of course, it'll all depend on when the diversion begins. Still a forced draw to panel 9, and we get the Great Maze from World 7. Ooh. TEEX takes a hit, but it doesn't seem to bother him too much. Gotta be careful, though. Proa doing really well.
As far as the runner's tendencies concerns, Pro-A is a little bit more of a conservative runner, but he doesn't take very many unintentional deaths, and his routing is very good. TEEX is more of an aggressive player. Has had a couple of routing mistakes in the past, but I think he has pretty much gotten over that and completely understands the logic of the randomizer at this point.
Here we go with the first hammer, brother, and we get a hammer. Could be early. It could be okay in the early going.
I think it's going to be pretty good.
Got an early pipe check, and we saw that it was double blocked. And look at that, a World 6 fort in World 6.
I mean, hammer should take you towards the end, if not further. Was the hammer brother not available for Pro-A? Yep, there you go. Jet World 6.
Yeah, that'll give TEEX an early lead. Meanwhile, Proa on the elevator. Oh, great clip by TEEX there.
So that's huge. I mean, with these type of players in this stage, anything like that, if somebody gets an advantage, it's going to be very difficult to come back from. But Pro-A is an excellent runner. Hopefully he doesn't even have the opportunity to play the hammer brother. That's very unfortunate.
Yeah, it's too bad that it broke the far lock on that Mushroom House junction.
Wow.
This has got to be the one, right?
The hammer brother that gave the hammer was the very first one on the first screen, and it went between a level and that lock, so Proa pretty much is missing it completely.
Ooh, this is already off to a pretty
That's
bad start
huge.
then. We'll hope he can bounce back from it, of course. But in the meantime, he's got a few more stages to go through. Meanwhile, we get we get Donut Fort over on Teek's side.
It seems like with the speedrunners, at least, it's very difficult once they get a lead to come back from it. They're just so good at closing things out, just due to just playing the game a lot.
It's 7-1. Watch this. I bet Proa gets it on the first try. See? First try. Every time.
First try. Oh, Teeks. Tough enemy to get by. Pretty much just ditch him at that point. He got another hammer, too, at some point. That must have been from the princess letter.
I do apologize for cutting you off right there, but I didn't want to miss that moment. And more enjoyable World 7 stages on Proa's side. Wow.
This level is kind of on the longer side. I hate this level. It's long, it's swimming. Nobody really likes the underwater levels.
It's no Atlantis, though.
Right, correct. Definitely no Atlantis. Teeks is an ugly enemy set in this level. You hate to see it. Just slow and steady. Just don't take any unintentional deaths. That's how you lose all your time.
Yeah, I can't blame him for pumping the brakes a little bit. He thinks he can maybe afford to, I bet. And not to mention his aggressive play allows him that option as well. Meanwhile, we see World 1 for it on Proa's side. Be curious which lock this breaks.
Yeah, Pro is gonna need this item to be a cloud or a hammer to get back into this.
Is this the far right fort?
This is one fort.
No, I meant on the far right of the World 6.
Oh yeah, yep.
That's what I was asking. Meanwhile, Teeks opting for an early item in the coin heaven.
Yeah, I don't blame him. It's early. You might as well check it out. If you get lucky and get a cloud, your opponent might not get the same item.
Once you know it,
so.
Speak of the devil, it's a cloud.
Yeah, there you go. Commentator's blessing.
And we have the World 1 airship now.
Jake, I believe he got the hammer from the very first Hammer Brother in 6 and hammered the rock, and then I think he got a hammer at the Princess letter at the end of World 6. We'll see if that's what it is on ProA's screen.
Looks like a high jumping Iggy. Teeks handles it no problem. Wow, insult to injury, put a hammer in the letter, evidently.
Yeah. So Teeks is about 4 stages ahead at the moment. I think ProA is definitely going to need to get a hammer that Teeks does not get, and hopefully it works out in World 3 at this point.
Speaking of worlds, we have a 3-fort World 2. Yikes. And judging from the map, it looks like a force draw on all 3 of them.
I didn't quite get a
Oh
good
wait,
look.
never mind. It looked like there was a pipe after either the first or second.
Oh, Teeks just misses the 1 cycle. It's pretty difficult when you get that type of pattern. He's just gonna go for it.
Yeah, I can't blame him for just standing there waiting instead of doing the tuck. Ooh, that was rather unfortunate for Proa.
Well, he's definitely got to play 2 forts.
And we get Air Force on the second.
Yeah, this could be a pretty good World 2, actually, depending on where the pipe goes. When you see a pipe on the first screen and don't see the second one, it's oftentimes that it's, near the end, you get a pretty good World 2. Looks like the hammer is probably not going to be useful in this world, but we'll see after this fort.
Still plenty of other opportunities for a hammer to get used. That's not too bad. Oh, but that is.
Yeah,
and
you
TEEX
should go
immediately
back.
says no to 5-9.
Yep, go back, use the hammer. Or not. Well, there's a second hammer for Proa. That's what we were talking about, so that's what he needs at this point. If I was TEEX, hammers are only useful in 3, 6, 4, and 2, and he's already seen 6, and he doesn't have 2, so I mean, I would have used the hammer in this situation, because it saves at least 1 stage, so... But he's going to choose to save it, which might prove useful in World 3, because he already played 4 as well, so...
And it's looking like TEEX is going to use a cloud to get to the airship here. Ooh, Angry Sun here. That could be tricky. Oh, well timed!
Yep, TEEX sniped him with that ice block. This level's kind of on the shorter side, so you usually get to the end before the Angry Sun becomes a problem, but if you slow down a little bit, he can get in the way.
And now we have the Cannon Gauntlet, Airship 5.
So Proa is going to be have a pretty big decision again after the second fort, whether or not he uses the hammer here, or if he's going to save it and hope he can use both in World 3, depending on if he feels ahead or behind. I mean, I'm assuming he feels like he's keeping pace at this point because he doesn't have a reason to think otherwise, but as we know, TEEX got that early lucky hammer.
I imagine it's just more or less going to depend on what's next. Let's see what we get next. Oh, and there was a hammer suit from the letters, so our runners are basically set for the end game.
Yeah.
And we have 1-4.
I'm guessing Proa will probably use his hammer after this, just because, like I said, he probably doesn't feel like he's behind at this point. And in brackets, if you can save, a stage with a hammer, you pretty much, you got to take it because they're only useful in a few places.
Uh-oh. This could be a long one.
Especially depending on the enemy set. He's just going to plow through it small.
Ooh, all that lag there on TEEX's side. No mushroom there.
He's using his vanilla game knowledge of how to manipulate the enemies, which
it's
sort of
fairly easy. Yeah, it's fairly easy to do with the bloopers. Because they'll never move up until you swim up. Wow, nice snipe on Proa's side.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive by TEEX to do that whole level without taking damage. He's definitely feeling it right now.
Ooh, he almost hovered over and selected the hammer suit there. TEEX did, but thankfully he didn't, and he's got firepower for super tanks.
like Pro. It's like Pro is going to save both his hammers, which is the right call in this situation. He doesn't know that, but
Might be
definitely,
banking. You think he could be banking on that World 3 play?
yeah, I mean, this is the third level in a row where hammers are useful, and it only saves one stage, as opposed to potentially saving 4 or 5. So, I think it's the right decision.
TEEX saw the path forward, and it said Paradox Pipe is the path to take. Or he could do that forward.
Nice fire, bro, or nice hammer, bro.
Noping right out of existence. There was a bit of a pause there. There must be an airship up in the clouds, and we see hand 2. Let's see what the hands have for us today. Mushroom, that's better than nothing.
Yeah. Every hand stage is going to have the same item, so the other 2 will have mushrooms as well. Didn't play the fort, which is interesting, and doesn't need to.
Well, if I had to guess, if it was any other stage that wasn't a hand, he probably would have opted for the fort.
Yeah, it's hard in 5 because it's kind of rare that you get three forts, and when you do, a lot of times a lock. Well, when there's only 2, the lock is oftentimes blue, and then you play the blue fort. But when there's 3, the lock can be gold. So if he would have went up and needed that blue fort, it would have been a kind of a long process to get down and back. So luckily, he doesn't need that fort.
Basically, hedging bets.
Right. Ugh.
And we got Pipe Maze next. Ooh, and a panel 10 means we got one less fort to worry about.
Yeah, just over 15 minutes halfway through. So this is a pretty fast seed considering that we've played 4, 6, and 5 so far, and 1 is usually fairly short. So.
And we have the 1.5 beta, I believe. TEEX taking a hit, but it didn't matter too much because he's right there at the end. But you got to be careful on that particular beta since there's no power-ups. Where does this take us? And more importantly, are we going to see the room with a view? TEEX opting for the music box. Perfect time for it.
Proa is choosing to play the levels, which I'm not sure why. The alternative would have been 2 Hammer Brothers and a level. So yeah, I mean, it's probably going to break even at this point, depending on what this second level is.
Oh no!
Oh man!
Weren't we talking about this earlier?
They sure were.
TEEX immediately noping out of Atlantis. And with... Oh, I see what he's doing. He went back into the pipe to get his screen scroll. Hey, it's the room with the view!
The first island takes them to where they need to go. Oh, he already checked it.
And that fort is our way forward. And we have 4-1 to play first, though.
All in all, a pretty linear 7. I think the more linear the seeds and less routing decisions that are going to have to be made favors TEEX, just because He does tend to play a little faster.
Well, it's certainly helping him here. And now we have Block Fort on TEEX' side. To a 5 F1. Taking a couple of early hits, but as you've stated before, he seems to be okay with it.
Yeah, at this stage, you have to be comfortable playing small for several stages in a row. It's just the nature of brackets. It's just far less power-ups that you have.
It's like the old phrase goes, no guts, no glory, right?
That's right.
And we get regular tanks now.
TEEX is
nice
going to
piece.
show off a pretty
Nice
cool
piece.
P-speed strat here that I think he came up with. It's pretty cool looking when you pull it off. It's smooth.
Yeah, I like the starting at the back there to get that running start. Let's see what we get. Ooh, we have our wild card. For the uninitiated, the anchor normally plants an airship, but for randomizer, the castles at the end all automatically take you to the airship. So we needed to figure out a way to retool them. So it acts as a wild card and could be any power up that is not a hammer. And TEEX, what are you doing? That's a funky clip, but it's sort of silly.
Yeah, you definitely want to get that clip after you get the item. I've jumped over the item box and clipped and then had to time out. Because
that does not sound like a very proud thing to admit. Oh, we have heavy Ludwig. And we also have a fried Ludwig. Alright, what do we have left?
1 and 3.
1 and 3? It's gonna be 1 next.
Yep.
We've been talking so much about other things that we haven't actually been making our own predictions about what's next. I'm kind of surprised by that.
It's all the action. Proa doesn't have clouds either, by the way. TEEX found 2.
Ooh,
So he's going to have to play this.
Yeah, that's a mood.
It's about 60 seconds at least that TEEX is saving. Pro's got to be careful here.
Let's see, do we have the jet pipe? No, we do not.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, that was tricky there. I saw that from Proa. This is a pretty this seems like a particularly nasty enemy set this time around.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So the double hammer play could potentially be useful, question mark?
We'll have to see. We have the abandoned fort now, 7F1. Yeah, I see people in chat saying that the double hammer play is dead. And doesn't really save much compared to doing these stages normal.
Oh, it saves a pipe transition.
I mean, you're not wrong, I guess. Ooh, and we have a coin ship. Let's see what item TEEX is going to pick up from this. We get P-Wing. Not bad. Helps. It will always be nice to help if there's a stage that has a forced entry. It has a entry that. Oh, meanwhile, TEEX found the airship. It's
Yeah,
World 7.
Yeah, if this didn't take him to the airship, it looked like both forts would have been potentially required then because there was a bridge out at the end of World 3. Higgs is just going to choose to keep the tail, which I don't blame him with Wendy. If she's a normal jumper, she can be pretty difficult. See how he does. I have a feeling he's not going to have a problem with her.
Yeah, it looks like he had the stun lock, which is always good to have.
Yeah. She's the full amount. 5 hits. Hate to see it. Or if you're watching, you love to see it.
You love to see it like us calling the game. I mean, we don't have a horse in the race. We're just along for the ride like everyone else in chat.
Right. This seat's too easy. I'm gonna have to roll the next one, I think.
Are you Wario? No, this is Patrick. Ooh, double fort, and this has to be the way, considering there's another fort behind the lock.
Right. It's another linear world, which is not good for Pro A right now.
If TEEX still has those clouds, he'll probably use one on that second fort.
Yeah, I would imagine so. Or no, he has to play the second fort. He'll use it on the level.
It might depend on the level. Because you remember, he played hand 2 in World 5.
Yeah, but there's a lock at the end, so he's gonna...
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
And it's 4F1.
Wow, it's pretty good movement right there.
Always like that crouch jump in that final spot with the thwomp there. It's always so slick when it gets pulled off successfully.
Music box? Nope.
Yes. Frog suit straps with the anchor.
You typically want to use it before there's a potential playable level, just on the off chance that it is a cloud, because more often than not, when you don't want it to be a cloud, it is one.
One hit for Larry. 2 hits for Larry. 3 hits for Larry, and he's done. We're on to World 8. Okay, big question. How many bridges?
2.
2? If you're saying 2, I have to say 1.
Pro A had a tail going into Fort Knox, so he's going to save a little bit of time. And Pro A is not playing bad at all. He's playing very well. That's the thing. TEEX just... He got that early hammer, and there's nothing he could do about it. I mean, he's playing excellent. He hasn't taken any or I think he took maybe 1 unintentional death, but other than that, like he's playing fantastic.
Yeah, it was just a case of bad RNG here. And now we have Lava Fort.
Yep, this fort plays the same pretty much every time. Just keep moving, and you're usually okay, even if you're not doing P-speed strats. As long as you just keep moving forward, you're usually pretty safe. Alright, let's see what TEEX is up to.
We find the Dark Maze and some more pipe checks. Let's see where this goes. Well, that's kind of... I guess we got to work our way through the pipe maze a little.
Yeah, if I'm TEEX, I really like to see that because, again, it makes it a linear path. It takes all the guessing out of it, which if you're a speedrunner, that's what you want to see. You want... a linear path just because you typically play the game faster than most other people. Just gotta watch out for the cheap here. There we go.
It was a Yeah, he's living and dying by the small Mario there. And now we get door 6 for it. 3F1.
TEEX is just on fire with all these P-Speed strats right now.
Yeah. It's kind of surprising that this won't be a sub 30.
Yeah.
We find the hand bridge finally. Let's see if we find Bowser's Castle now.
Didn't see any locks on the hand bridge, so
it's got to be it's got to be bridges that need to be built then, or maybe at least one lock. TEEX sees 1-1 and says no, thank you.
So the way is going to be either to the right here or in the middle of the Dark World, I believe.
Well, there's the other side, and we find a pipe. Is this the way? No, it isn't. It's a dead end.
All right, so both panel stages in World 8 are required, which is interesting, unless you have a cloud.
And we have 5-2. Almost looked like he was opting for bottom path there, TEEX was. But wisely goes ahead for top path.
I believe that's some kind of version of the speed strat. They typically use the momentum to get them up to one level higher than you would normally get. So it's pretty good reaction time on his part.
I see. All right. Let's see if this is the pipe. It's got to be, right? Right?
You already played the super tanks, right? Nope.
Apparently not, because I saw a tank in the dark maze, and this is the other tank. Now it's a matter of asking, does this build the bridge? And speaking of, one bridge.
We all know this isn't going to build it. He's going to have to go back and go over the hands like 15 times and then play the fort.
I hope it isn't 15 times for his sake, because he doesn't have that many lives. But but if you've made it to the semifinals, you don't need that many lives. Right. Wow, what a shock. It didn't build the bridge. Everyone, show your favorite surprise emote.
Alright, he gets over the hands on the way there.
It's a matter of, but it's less about that, and more of, is he going to get grabbed on the way back? Meanwhile, Pro is now in World 8. It could be his chance to catch up. Oh! One lucky there from the Rotodisc.
He's got to go over the hand now.
Ah, there's the hand. And he's going to opt to play it, and I can't blame him. Don't want that. Yeah. Or not. That's a bit surprising.
It's kind of a long stream transition every time he takes a death, too. He's got to go all the way back across the screen.
Looked like his controls just got away from him there. But yeah, this is a good play considering you're going to have to pass by this again.
Yeah, and like I said, it's a linear World 8, so it's going to take quite a lot for Pro to catch back up, unfortunately. But it's hard to say if all the forts are required or not, but TEEX definitely played all 4.
Ooh, TEEX tried one time for the clip and just opted to continue after. Not checking for a star. He doesn't need it, but still rather curious. Okay. Is this the one? Let's find out. Survey says... It is the one! TEEX is on his way!
One bridge, by the way, for everyone who guessed one.
Hey, I guessed one.
There you go. Bowser's Castle plays pretty much the same every time, except for basically that enemy right there. Oh, and the discs are randomized as well. If you take the final hallway, that's randomized. Your tips for Bowser's Castle is don't die. Get your clips.
Speaking of clips, first try every time, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So don't blink or you'll miss it.
Definitely don't die twice.
Oops, I blinked. I missed it.
Yeah, Bowser is down. TEEX is going to take the first match.
Yeah. Looking like it's going to miss out on a sub 55 as well. Or sub 35, excuse me. I stand corrected. That time is officially 34:58. Just barely sub 35.
Yep, just excellent play by both players. I mean, as we said from the very first world, it was just that was bad luck on Proa's side, and you give somebody like TEEX a 3 or 4 stage advantage, like you're pretty much not likely going to be able to come back from that.
Proa obviously sees the writing on the wall and says, well, if he just finishes, that's probably not the play.
Making the right call to go for 8 fort.
Yeah, he found the pipe to Bowser and immediately went back in, is what happened.
Well, all things considered, Proa definitely has the ability to take this to 3 games.
Yeah, he's... Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was saying we're just going to have to see how the second seed sort of turns out. Doesn't get a hand at all, so it's pretty nice.
Of course it would end up like that. He knows he's lost and doesn't get grabbed as a result.
Yeah.
But yeah... Proa, I've talked to Proa multiple times, and he's always said that he tends to play better when he's behind.
Yeah, I mean it's a 3-game series. You're down 0-1. You got nothing to lose. You're just gonna sort of take the choke off and go absolutely as fast as you possibly can.
Proa tries one time for the clip and continues into the fireballs here. First good first set of fireballs. Whoa, man! Dodged the laser. And darn it, I blinked again! But regardless, please get your GGs out for Proa. He is about to finish this seed. That official time is 37:39. All told, pretty quick first race. Not as quick as I expected, but still pretty quick.
Yeah, had a little bit of everything. Had an Atlantis, had a 5-9. All the worlds seemed relatively linear, though there wasn't too many chances for route divergence, so hopefully we get some of that in the second seed.
Well, we'll be sure to get that going pretty soon. But for now, we're going to step aside, allow you people to get up, stretch, top off your beverage, and get ready for more action. So stick around. We'll be right back. And we're back for game number 2. Teeks got super lucky in game number 1 with a couple of hammer bros and took an early 1-0 lead. It's time to see if Proa can step up to the plate and force a game 3.
Yep, it's hard to say how it would have turned out if they both got the same luck. So let's hope that there's a little less RNG in this race and it's more execution and routing based. Hopefully we can get a close match and force it to game 3.
Ooh, I already see guesses in chat for what the first world's going to be. Come on, it's got to be 7, right? We got 6 first last time. It's got to be 7.
I'll say 3.
Wow. How
We ended on 3. Let's start with 3.
How tame of you.
3 can be pretty nasty. You can get up to 6 stages before you can even check a pipe.
Well, let's see. We're underway, and it's World 2. We're back to the desert. And we have... it's a 2-forter. And it's a forced draw to get to that pipe. Which, again, off-screen second pipe, that's typically good news.
Right. Level is in the same world, but not position as well.
Almost a bit of a sink to the finish.
If this fort doesn't break this lock, then they should be pretty good to take this pipe. Otherwise, they might have to play the other fort, but it'll all depend on how the layout is in the second half.
More sink action going on. Wow, this is actually impressive. Ooh.
Proa gets a chance for a hammer brother now. It's not gonna pay off in this world.
Ooh, I saw a lock there on the far right side. So, gonna have to play the second fort. But first an item, of course, because that kind of burned Proa last time. Music box. Well, that'll be handy for 7 once we get there.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it plays mind games with you. You lost the first race because you got unlucky with the hammer brother in the first world, and now you start to play them a little bit and you get music boxes and nothing of value. So then that sort of sinks your time in your second race. So it's pretty difficult mentally just to try to play your race and stay focused.
That breaks the lock. We have a Jet World 2 as a result. I don't know if you can call a Jet World 2 in under 3 minutes, that sort of thing, but who knows?
About the same amount of time as it took him to beat World 6 in the first seed. And TEEX is skipping all the Hammer Brothers this time.
And And we're back to the Cannon Gauntlet, Airship 5. Two hits for Morton. 3 hits for Morton. 4 hits for Morton. It's a 5-hitter Morton.
TEEX is out at 3:15. He is exiting the world with a tail, which is something of note. If there's an early fort in the next stage, that's Fort Knox, he'll be well equipped to just beat the fort, whereas Proa will have to get the power up.
Build a snowman in the desert? That seems kind of difficult. Ooh. We have 1-5.
Yeah, this is interesting. So,
Excuse me, 1-6.
this pipe is going to take them to the sky area, and they're probably going to have to come back down and play at least the blue fort and then go back up. If this is the pipe transition, they'll have to they won't have to do the tower twice, but they will have to do it once if this is the pipe transition, which it is.
This isn't terrible.
Oh, well, none of it's
that,
required.
on the other hand, is...
You're welcome, everyone.
He did roll this seed, DLP did. And during the break, I told him to make it extra evil.
Second seed in a row where Atlantis is required. I don't think I had to play it in any of my seeds, so we're doing well today on the seed rolls.
I'm willing to bet that they're playing it anyway, just on the off chance that the wait a minute, there was only the one pipe on the ground, wasn't there? Or was there another pipe?
It was, but you'd have to go through the spiral castle, so this is 100% required at this point, unless they got a cloud from one of the Hammer brothers.
Okay, just trying to make sure I have my record straight.
Seven 5. Nope.
Oh, watch, first try. This is all warm-up. You just wait. You'll get it first try. See?
Yep, there you go.
First try every time. Am I right or am I right, chat?
Yep, fourth try.
No. I see what you're trying to do there. And let me just say, I'm unimpressed. Fourth try? What are you talking about? We've been over this. That was first try every time.
There it is again.
Yeah, you see? Pro is keeping me straight. Meanwhile, we have the World 7 airship. And TEEX is just flying with P-Speed strats.
Pretty fun level to do if you know the P-Speed strats. Looks really smooth when you're able to pull it off, too, so nicely done by TEEX.
That looked like a one-hit Roy, unless he just got the lucky spot over there to just pummel him with fireballs.
Got the P-Speed as well, so he's not going to lose time there.
Ooh, high jumper Roy at that. And indeed it was a one-hit Roy.
Alright, now it's time for World 7, I think.
No, it's time for 6. Okay, 7.
There we go.
And it's a force draw fort. And this is the only one with that panel 10.
Yep. Another linear World 7 as well to start.
So once they find the way, they are just... They can make a beeline. Ooh, this is a particularly nasty enemy set for the elevator. TEEX gets through it, though.
Yeah, those drunk hot feet are the worst in that area. At least the ghosts you can manipulate, but those drunk hot feet do whatever they want, and sometimes they can gatekeep the door.
I'm calling it now. We are not seeing the room with a view. We are, however, seeing on our screens right now hand 2 again. Let's see what the hands have for us this time. Something good? It's all right.
They'll probably both save that to use like right before they enter a fort, just on the off chance that it's Fort Knox. Unless they're desperate for a power-up, that is.
Ooh.
TEEX making short work of that level. It's not often that you see P-Speed strats on that level. It's kind of hard to pull off, so he's definitely playing very well today.
I imagine it was a matter of getting lucky with that star in the first block.
Yep, for sure.
And we have some piranha, and not sure what was going on there, but TEEX knows what he's doing. And a cloud from the piranha here.
Yeah, I don't think any of them have a music box, so they're both gonna get this cloud here.
I believe Proa has a music box.
Oh yeah, you're right. He played the Hammer Brother in the first World War II.
Meanwhile, we're on to the other piranha stage. And TEEX is evidently... And, of course, that means TEEX has found the way. So.
I was going to save time here. Oh, no, he's not going to use the music box. I figured he would use it there, but...
This is World 7. You'd be a fool not to use it. Does he think he's going to get trolled by Hammer Brothers on the map of a different stage, maybe?
I would have to imagine he's probably a little paranoid about missing out on a big item that, you know, would lose him a lot of time.
Yeah, again, we've stated it enough. Proa got unlucky last time with some of the items from Hammer Brothers and similar places, and he just simply does not want to get burned again by that. Four. 4 is next.
6.
3.
Now this is the type of setup where a double hammer would be huge. It would save 4 levels. You would still have to play that middle tile level, but 2 hammers here would be pretty big. But I don't think we've even seen one yet. Well, I guess we have seen one.
TEEX getting through 3-3, no problem. Proa making his way through now. Ooh. This feels like always such a dangerous place for P-Speed strats, but I know that there's someone who's perfected the strats for that particular stage with the Sky Beetles, but it still seems so dangerous if you can't get it going.
Yeah, it definitely can be. I'm pretty sure TEEX came up with that strap.
Ooh, more first try!
Wow, nice.
First try every time, am I right?
Every time. Yeah, I mean, really the difference here right now is Proa played the Hammer Brother in World 2, and TEEX is pulling off a few more P-Speed strats than Proa is, but they're both, again, playing very well.
Looking like Proa did not mean to go in there. It's too bad.
Yep, it's got a P-Wing. Just figures I'm not going to bother with the clips. I'll try it one time, and if not, I got a P-Wing, I'll just go right over.
Well, first try, sorta, I guess.
First try P-Wing.
First try, literally first try every time when you have a P-Wing. Speaking of tail, more Tanuki for TEEX with hand 1 here.
Alright, so 3 forts. There's 2 locks on the screen. So there's
probably one blocked by the castle to the airship, if I had to guess.
Yeah, probably. Sometimes there is one on the prize island, or even that singular or the single toad house. It's not often, but it definitely does happen.
Wow! Haven't seen that clip before. Very impressive by TEEX.
I've seen it one other time, and it was also done by TEEX.
Man.
Alright, so that was useless, and that's our third and final hand stage.
So one more Tanuki for TEEX.
I'm just waiting for this to get randomized to where they take the lock or the rock out, and there can be levels and forts after you take the boat.
That would be hilarious to randomize, you know, the toad houses and the slide puzzles too.
There was a lock on that prize island, so
wow.
Yeah.
So you were talking about that a second ago too.
Yeah. So none of the forts were technically required.
Maybe he just wanted confirmation.
Yeah, he had to play the one in his routing, but I was just saying, like, technically speaking, if he used a cloud or, you know, whatever, he would have been safe to the end. But you're not going to know that until you scroll the screen, of course. I think this Hammer Brother that TEEX did not play as well. It's underwhelming.
Your call is important to us. Please stay on the line and pick the next world we're going to see. 1. 4, okay.
This is also the second time that Proa has had a tail for the World 6 airship that TEEX did not. That saves about 10 seconds or not over playing the level normal, so that's a nice time save for him.
Pro not going to try with the screen round. And it's 1-4 again on TEEX's side.
Yep, I doubt we're going to see him go for the White Mushroom House, but they are in the randomizer. I don't believe those items have been randomized, though, so that would have been a P-Wing, I think. They both have loads of items, which I think sort of benefits TEEX a little bit more because he'll just damage boost with them, so he can continue on with the normal P-Speed strats.
Yeah,
and it doesn't look
so.
like a...
Oh! Managed to... Well, that's one way to do that. I was kind of caught off guard by that.
Doesn't look like the hammer is going to come into play in World 4 either, so 2 and 6 are going to be the last places that we have use, and they both have 2, so...
Meanwhile, it's the Navy. TEEX handling it no problem. And the bridge is built. We have another jet world on our hands.
Yep, it's gonna be up to either World 2 or World 6 to really troll our runners here.
Didn't we see 2 at the beginning?
Oh, yeah, you're right. It's
1 and 6.
Yep, that's what it is.
Wow. TEEX got slightly hitboxed there by the pushback, but still made it work. Kind of impressive. All right.
Yeah, I don't know how these guys are able to mash so fast and get those fire kills sometimes.
1 is the loneliest world that you'll ever do. There are two forts, and there are both of them. Oh wait, I keep forgetting that there's always a panel 10 here by default. So that single panel 10 means nothing at the moment.
Correct. Yeah, this World 6 shouldn't be too bad. They got 2 forts directly in their path that they're gonna have to play anyways, so it's unlikely that there's gonna be much of a path divergence in this world.
Yeah, I'm kind of with them being this early. I kind of doubt that there's gonna be any real sort of blocking for in the back end. Like if we get the jet pipe here, because that we do have hammer to check that rock blocked pipe, so it's entirely possible.
Yeah, unless there's a pipe in the one spot when you scroll the screen to the right, this fort is going to break that lock in the bottom right corner. So, yeah, I mean, I would probably, well, yeah, I definitely want to scroll the screen, take a look at the layout, and then decide if you want to use your hammer or not, because there is a rock on the second half of this world that you can use a hammer on to save a level as well.
Briefly, I just want to give mention to SpeedGaming 2. Thank you for the raid. Hope whatever you were watching was a great time. And you're here for some semifinal action in Super Mario Bros. 3 Randomizer Tournament. And it looks like that indeed was the play to break the rock with the hammer at that pipe. Jeez,
two very fast World 6 in these last 2 seeds. I did my best, everyone.
Apparently that wasn't enough. I can't tell.
I mean, this is it's a potential sub 30, depending on how World 1 goes.
Yeah, and of course, there's the equalizer of World 8, but I don't know how much equalizing it's going to do to benefit Proa, but we will see. We will see. Another hammer when we don't need it? Come on. And it looks like a very linear draw, as we get 1-3 now. As expected, our runners are good on items. They don't need the item here from 1-3.
Very linear and long. 5 out of the 7 potential stages they're going to have to play.
And we have a beta stage. I keep forgetting if this is supposed to be a World 4 or World 6 beta. Because I know that other commentators have said it's a World 4 beta stage because of the exit pipe. But I've always thought it was a World 6 because of it using ice cubes. World 6? Okay, thank you, chat. Thank you.
This is another randomizer stage that plays exactly the same as vanilla that TEEX is in. 3, 4, I believe. Get that Lakitu bounce, get some P-speed, a couple more bounces, and then you're at the end.
Lakitus aren't randomized in the enemy sets, are there?
Oh, I don't think so.
Ooh, Ooh, how about this? An angry sun where the angry sun should be. It's the sand trap.
Yeah. The original speedrunners level. So TEEX has about a 3-stage lead right now. But that can all change in World 8. Uses his cloud wisely. The only bad play for a cloud is to not use it. As long as you're getting some value out of it before World 8, because it's oftentimes not useful in World 8. There's only 2 level panels and a fort that you can skip with a cloud. So, good use by him there.
And just like that, we're almost on our way to Bowser one more time. So, I'll ask again. How many bridges? I'm saying 2 this time, so you can't.
Alright. I'm gonna go with 3.
Ooh! Feeling extra saucy. I like it.
I wanted to say 4, but... Actually, I've had 1 seed with 4 bridges, so it's definitely possible.
I mean, there's no rule saying you can't say 4. I just know that the odds are astronomically low.
Right. So I'll take a slightly less astronomically low pick and say 3.
I'd love it if it was 3. Oh, I see some evil people in chat saying, yeah, it is going to be 4. One person saying none and a few saying 1. Anyway, we're on to 8. Ooh, Piranha Fort.
It's Oh, that's the exact item you want to see there if you're TEEX, especially as a speedrunner. You can fly through the rest of this very quickly, and it looks so good when you do it.
Yeah, I'll say. And from the looks of things, I don't think we got a hammer from any of the letters, so they'll have to earn this one this time.
F2 seems like since the update has been a gatekeeper more often than not. TEEX had 3 more hammers, by the way. I didn't even see him get those.
Well, that isn't the way. We found the dark maze, but it's locked. It's blocked away by a lock, so it is not 4. But you're still right in the razor's edge there, DLP.
Nope,
it's not 3 either. So 2's looking more and more good. I don't like the looks of this pipe. That's why.
Yeah, this is another pretty linear World 8 so far, which is definitely not good if you're proa at the moment. Get the rare text from the king when you beat it with a Tanuki Scoot. A wild Tanuki appears. Command.
I think we saw that earlier on Proa's side. Ooh. One of those tanks aren't needed because we already found the super tank panel.
Okay, so this is even more linear because now he's got to go up and to the right here to get to a pipe. Yep.
Yeah, that's probably got to be the one to the main hand bridge. No, he's found the way, but he's got to build one more bridge.
Yep.
So this has got to be the hand bridge then.
Yep, absolutely.
One in 3 shot of this being the one.
This could come down to hand luck.
And whether or not this is the one. I imagine he's going to play them both just to be sure, though.
If it's just one pipe transition, I imagine he'll probably check after this, but especially since he'll have to go across a bunch of hands just to play the other one. I mean, I think it would probably be worth it just to check. Proa might gamble and just go right across the hands for the...
At this point, he has to gamble, doesn't he?
I mean, I don't think he feels like he's behind. He's playing very well. He hasn't made really any mistakes. It's just... There's not even one particular point that I can point to that gave TEEX the lead in this.
Okay, Navy wasn't it because because the lock, the middle lock in the Dark Maze is gone.
Okay. Oh, they're both on the same screen.
Yeah, only difference being TEEX is now on 2-2. Was he grabbed by a hand, or was this the tank panel?
This was the first hand. He's got one more to go.
Okay. Did he just opt to play it himself instead of getting grabbed?
No, he got grabbed. It's a pretty short level. I mean, you got to go over 2. You might as well beat one of them at least. And of course, he gets grabbed by the second one.
But it's a decent one to get grabbed by because this is a rather short one too. World 5 beta level.
Yeah, you might as well just sprint through it and be done with it. And
you have a dicey enemy set at the end there, though.
Unfortunately, Proa is not going for the Air Force. Which, I mean, you can't really blame him.
This power play by TEEX! What the jackpot here!
That's how you know everything is going your way when playing really well. You know, you're just over 30 minutes with 1 fort to go. You use a P-Wing and it's Fort Knox. He's feeling good at this point.
TEEX has a cloud, right?
I don't think so. I think he used it in World 1, unless he has another one that I didn't see him get. He somehow managed to get 3 hammers, and I didn't see him get any of those, so...
Oh, that wasn't it either! We gotta find the fort panel now!
Oh, 8 fort. Yeah. Forgot about 8 fort. It's easy to forget about 8 fort because it's not an icon that shows up in the dark, you know, whether or not it's right in your way or not, so...
TEEX was
definitely easy to forget about.
TEEX was probably hoping for a fire flower there. Gets denied with a 1-up mushroom instead. And wouldn't it be TEEX's luck to get grabbed by the final hand?
Yeah.
Immediately says, I have to go now, please. I need to win. Wow, 4 hammers at the end there. My goodness.
Well, that took his only power up, too, so... he's gonna have to go through Bowser's Castle the long way unless he gets something in this stage panel.
Yeah. He's hoping for mushroom here and not a star. Mushroom? Mushroom.
Just gotta get by one more enemy at the end here, which is
or not
out rocket cheap. Yeah, this World 8 has been a mess, and they're at 33 minutes, so that just tells you how fast they're both playing.
And you said this had possibility of being a sub 30?
Yeah. Yeah, they got into this world at about 25 minutes, so it's going to be about a 10-minute World 8, which is ridiculous.
Meanwhile, TEEX gets the first clip, gets the obvious clip.
Yeah.
Let's see if he gets the third clip, or he opts for bottom path.
Not going to bother going bottom route. Just going to...
He's going to get this on the first try. You just watch. Come on. I know you got this. There you go. First try every time, right?
Yep. Been in that position before where you're at the end. It's a tight race. You can just feel that it's tight and you just feel helpless trying to clip in that situation.
Simply put, when it's your day, it is your day, and it feels so satisfying, right? So in just a little bit, I'm not surprised TEEX taking that hit there. He's been aggressive this entire time, and it's rewarded him every step of the way.
Yep, it's sort of all went TEEX's way today. Not to say that he got lucky. He played very, very well and definitely deserved this win. So get your GGs in chat for TEEX, who is going to be headed to the finals to face either Mitch Flower Power or Haxor.
Yeah. And as for Proa, he gave it another good ride, but just coming up short again. That official time for TEEX is 35:13.
Yeah, I think that first race just really kind of put a bad taste in Proa's mouth. And again, he didn't play poorly either seed. He played very well. The first one was just some bad RNG, and then the second one, TEEX just played a little faster.
Yeah, in the first race, he got burned by the lack of items he was getting from the Hammer Brothers, and then in the second race, he got paranoid, and that burned him that way.
Yeah, we'll have to ask him if that was on his mind at all going into the second race.
Meanwhile, we'll hope to get TEEX in here to comment on all of this. Meanwhile, Proa going bottom path, hoping for maybe a fireball. Let's see. Gets it. Let's see if he can keep it.
Yep, these fireballs are random. The bottom path tends to be a little more friendly than the top, but can still be very trolly, especially with the laser at the end, and he gets through.
Meanwhile, we welcome TEEX in here. Congratulations.
Hey, thank you so much.
You're on to the final round. Congratulations.
I appreciate it. Yeah, pressure's certainly on now because yeah, I think we're down to the winner of Midge versus Haxor, and I know that they're both going to be really strong contenders. That's certainly been the case historically.
Who do you want to see in the final?
I mean, I've done a couple practice runs with both Mitch and Haxor on like separate occasions, and I think that on average, Haxor has beaten me a little bit more often. I was actually just having a couple practice races with Mitch for the past couple of nights, and it's been pretty even. We've been like the win to lose ratio has just been 1-to-1. So I think that if both of us go to the finals, it would definitely be quite a show.
Yeah,
And-
it's going to be crazy. No matter either one you play, I expect it to be very intense and very, very close throughout all the races.
Yeah, without a doubt. I was certainly nervous going into this race with Proa. I know that we both have our own sort of different playing styles, but at the end of the day, we tend to be pretty close in times, as you know, has been indicated by our past weekly races. So I had a feeling that this could go either way, and it just so happens that tonight was my lucky day.
You have no idea how lucky it was, because in the first game, you got some extra Hammer Brothers that Proa just simply could not get, and in the second one, he kind of played a bit more cautious because of that and went for extra Hammer Brothers.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I've had plenty of races where I just had I just didn't have a hammer for World 6, and then it just happens to be the pipe that was behind the rock is the one that takes you all the way to the end. And yeah, that seems to be the case I think in both races. And yeah, I definitely had a couple moments in the first race where I was like, oh god, if this RNG is what cost me the race, then I'm gonna be so upset. Because I got hit by that Potaboo in 6F1, so I was small. And I tried to be cautious dropping down to get to the doorway, and that road disc just happened to be right there at the wrong time. And then, I just get punished even more with that extra hand. But yeah, it feels like I just got grabbed by everything today. But,
yeah, we couldn't help but comment that you got grabbed by all three of the hands in the second seed.
Yeah, I also probably didn't do any favors just taking that death, trying to grab that power up in 5-3.
How are you feeling during both the races? Because I mean, it seemed like you were firing on all cylinders. You were playing very fast and making great decisions. Did you feel like you were playing well and ahead, or how did you feel during the races?
Well, I was really, really nervous just going into the race. Just because you're starting out as Small Mario and you have virtually no inventory. You don't know what the Hammer Bros are going to be like. You don't know what levels you're going to start with. But after like the first 1 or 2 worlds in each seed, then I just started getting to a groove and just started to have an idea of what I have and what the risk and rewards are for certain map layouts. I felt a lot more confident in what I was doing, and I think that the practice races that I had the past few nights have put me in a much more much more confident mindset.
Yeah.
We're also now joined by Proa, who finished with an official time of 37:25. Proa, good display out there. Nice try, man. Nice try.
Yeah. I mean, well, what are the odds that, the one hammer bro that, slips away from you is the one that decided that race? I mean, when I heard that,
we were going to that, actually.
It's like, oh crap. Well, it's like, yeah, a 10% chance, and that's what swings it. But I mean, I played really well, I thought. World 8 in Game 2 was a mess, but I suspect that was the case for you as well, TEEX.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, you
I
played all the forts and several of the hand levels.
Yeah, it's like when I saw how the map played out, I was like, probably could have done that more accurately, but it's one of those things. You really can't be second guessing yourself on this. But overall, I thought I played well, but TEEX played even better than me tonight, and his bid to the championship well deserved.
Well, you're not completely done yet. You still have the bronze medal match.
That is true. So I get at least 3 more, bites at the apple. So I'm not complaining about that.
Be honest, Proa. Do you want another swing at Mitch to finally get the monkey off your back?
Well, that would be nice. It's regardless if it's Mitch or the Haxor, it's going to be a formidable test. They're 2 of the top vanilla players in the world, and TEEX is included among them. I'm sort of the outlier of the group. I'm more of a rando player, so, and I'll have to watch the VOD, but I expect that's what was ultimately the difference tonight. Is TEEX's speed strats out just pretty much gave him the lead the whole way through.
Yeah, so as we mentioned before, the first race, that first Hammer Brother sort of gave you a free pass through World 6. And then on top of that, I think Teeks had a couple clouds, and you had to play Atlantis, which he did not. But the question that I wanted to ask was, just knowing that that first race, that Hammer Brother was so huge, did that play any effect in your mind in the second race? Like maybe I should play this Hammer Brother, this level, as opposed to just skipping it as you would otherwise?
Not really. You know, again, it kind of goes back to my original mindset. Like, there's really no point in sort of second guessing your tactics on something like this, because all you end up doing is making an even bigger mess. And I did enjoy that the coin chip in World 6 was a hammer. It's like, oh well, that's very cute. Thank you. So you know, I gotta give props to the Seed's sense of humor. But now in general, I didn't really feel the need, I think, to change my tactics too much. You know, sometimes it works really well and you get, you know, nothing really. But tonight, you know, game 1 in particular, it sounds like, you know, it hits the rocks and, you know, you end up playing some really unpleasant levels. So overall, I mean, we had Atlantis twice, 7-1 showed up twice. You know, and all things considered, I suppose it could have been worse, but, you know, that's the way it goes sometimes.
Yeah, it would have been really interesting in that first race to see, you know, if you both got the same luck. But both races, the world seemed fairly linear, which seems to, you know, sort of give the advantage more to the speedrunner type.
Yeah.
And it's hard to say in the second race, like, where you lost like the time, because we were saying that you both are playing very well. I would have to watch it back to see exactly where you lost essentially the 2 minutes. But yeah, I mean, you both played very excellent tonight. So nothing.
Yeah, I suspect it was the speed strats was a large part of it, and you know, that's the difference between us. And you know, especially we didn't get a lot of like really ugly trolly levels throughout the match. I mean, you know, there was no 7-5, you know, with cheap lurking, you know, none of that. Even 6-6 was fairly tame in game 1.
We did see 5-9, but I believe Teeks noped out of it immediately.
Ah, okay. Well,
Yeah, it was in part in World 2, so I just circled around it.
Oh, okay. So in game 1, okay, yeah, okay. That was the other one then. Okay, I went top route that time. I was like, I don't know, but yeah, okay. So 5-9 did show up, but yeah, there wasn't a lot of like, you know, ugly trolly stuff. You know, no 6-5 with you know, surprises from above.
Right. I mean, the jail cell either.
Yeah. So you know, GG's Teeks very well deserved. You know, I'm sure you're gonna give Mitch or Haxor all they can handle next Friday. So good luck to you.
Yes, thank you so much, Pro. I greatly appreciate it, and best of luck in your match for the bronze. Certainly looking forward to that as well, and for putting together this tournament as well. It's been a lot of fun to be part of these.
Yeah. Absolutely, you know, my goal this year was to make the semis. You know, even in losing, you know, I get another shot at this. So, you know, I'm not gonna complain about that one bit.
Yeah, you'll give him heck no matter what, Pro. It's just
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, GG's guys, and thanks GLP and Crazy Dude for stepping in for comms tonight.
Yep. Yeah, GG, and thank you so much.
It was an absolute pleasure.
All right, thanks, guys.
Have a good one.
All right. I think that almost does it. But before we go, we should tell you that we have a date and time already set now for the second semifinal match. That is going to take place this Saturday at 4. The Haxor, Mitch Flower Power. You don't want to miss it. Ibuba7 and Shark Kid are on the call, so that should be a good time as well.
Yep, and then it sounds like the finals are going to be next Friday, which, if I'm not mistaken, it will be a best out of 5. It was last year. I'm not sure if the rules changed this year, but it's definitely going to be a heck of a race between whoever TEEX is playing. So you're definitely going to want to come back for that.
However, if you need a little more Super Mario Bros. 3's rando in your life before then, there is a Challenge Cup match coming up tomorrow at 8 between Leslie Pro 04 and Antlers 44. Channel and comms haven't been decided for that quite yet, so keep it tuned everywhere. Yeah, and we'll be sure to get that out to you when it comes. And for everything else, make sure you go to speedgaming.org. Yeah, check out the schedule. See, there's always stuff going on and always some great events. And there's no shortage of fun around here. So I think with all that said, it's time to say goodnight. So on behalf of DLP, all of the amazing people behind the scenes for Speed Gaming, I'm the Crazy Dude, and we'll see you all next time. Good night, everybody.
GG's, everyone.